All my fellas, all my fellas, all my fellas, all my fellas, all my fellas.
All right, folks, welcome back. I know that there's been a little bit of a hiatus, but we had folks had vacation, work, and life, but we're back once again. Of course, my name is Jan, aka Gumple Stop. We have Seth, Ready Builder 2, and today, even though Jayhan is not with us, he's all as always, he's one of our great valued members. So he'll be back next episode where we're going to discuss Build Fighters Try. But in the meantime, we have two awesome guests with us today. It is a huge pleasure and honor to have these guys on board. We have Show Me What You Bought, and we have Leaping Panda Hobbies. As you know, your boy Jan here is one of our partner builders here with Leaping Panda Hobbies. Use Gumple Stop 10 for 15% off now. Thank you very much, by the way, for the raise on that. That was awesome. Much excite. But yeah, here we are. Welcome. How y'all doing today?
Why don't you start, Sean?
So I'm doing good. Like I said, just sitting around the fire, enjoying this building and hanging out with a couple of guys. So let's get this going.
All right.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm Willer, in case anybody doesn't know that. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here and see where this goes. I'm excited to see what questions you guys have. And yeah, I think we're ready to go and see where this goes.
All right. Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, it's chill environment. We can relax. Chill. I mean, shoot, Sean's relaxed. He's over there. He's ultimate relaxed over there by the
Sean
campfire.
is definitely relaxed right now.
like I said earlier, man. Every time I go to a campfire, the smoke finds me, so I never have a good time for some reason. But it is spooky weather coming out. Today we had a nice crisp. It's not quite fall, but it was like in the low 60s today. It was a beautiful morning. I was like, man, if it could stay like this for the rest of the year, we're good.
Yeah,
we're sitting at right now about 63, I think, outside. I'm sitting with some shorts on and a shirt.
Yeah. It's that shorts and hoodie weather, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's probably like that for us here too. I don't know what 60 Fahrenheit is, but we've got 35 degrees Celsius.
Oh yes, I forgot. Yeah, we're in we got the metric boys. They don't measure in Budweiser's per bald eagle over there.
No, I don't understand this Fahrenheit thing. It's so confusing. and the math for it is just like there's no logic in the math, so I'm just like I don't care. I just look it up all the time. I pretend to know what it is and I move on.
It's like these boys south of the border, which is kind of hilarious saying that from a Canadian point of view, south of the border, it's like us now. So it's like, oh god, this is great. This is going to open up a whole new avenue of comedy that I didn't know I was going to have available tonight. This is awesome. I'm so happy right now.
Feed the beast.
So what's up, Seth? How you been? I know we, even though we talk on a daily, it's always nice to see how you doing.
I want to go back to the beach.
Oh, man.
Oh no! I will say, man, I just got back from the beach, and I love spending time with family. I love going down to the beach, but there is something about sleeping in your own bed and taking a shower in your own bathroom that's just it touches your soul.
Yeah,
I will agree with you 100% with that.
I'll tell you, man. Oh yeah.
Dude, the place we were staying, it was a 3-story house, and for some reason, my room was on the second story, the middle, and it took like forever for the hot water from the hot water heater to get to the bathroom. So I basically just took cold showers for a whole week.
Oh,
man. And that could depend, and that all depends sometimes, because sometimes if it's like hot where you're at, like when I lived in Puerto Rico, growing up there, like I didn't take piping hot showers because it's hot as fuck down there sometimes. So like it would be like a lukewarm shower and it'd be fine. Here though, when like it gets below, anything below like 50, I start like cranking the heat up on the water, and it's just like it's a different feel, man. Like if the water isn't burning my skin off after when fall begins, it ain't a shower.
So have you seen like the gifs of like men and women in the shower together, and it's like the man's got his skin like melting off and the woman's just enjoying herself?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like, I'm the woman. Like I want to look like a lobster or a Sazabi or whatever. Like I want to be just like Char Aznable, like pink when I get out the shower, just like roasted head to toe.
He takes
From the
showers
water.
3 times hotter.
Oh my god, no! Like I don't care how hot it is outside. Like I'm taking a scalding hot shower. I don't know why I do this. It's miserable, and I love it.
You know what? I do it too. Sarah, it's funny too because as soon as it gets kind of cold, I crank the heat. And Sarah's just like, who the fuck's gonna pay the bill? She's like, you keep turning up the fucking heat all the fucking time, and instead of turning it up to 20, I turn it up to max. And so she's just like, what the fuck? She'll come down and just turn it down and start yelling.
So for the American boys on listening to the podcast, when he means 20, 20 Celsius, just throwing that out
That's
there.
20 Celsius.
But
That's still
I think
pretty,
that's like 95 degrees Fahrenheit or some shit.
Jesus Christ! You know what? I should have like a little conversion there at the corner of the screen.
It's 68 degrees, 20 Celsius is 68.
Yeah.
I googled it.
68.
We have it knowledge.
68, that's
Yeah.
comfortable. That's a comfortable setting, honestly.
It
That's
is.
what my house is at.
It
Oh,
doesn't
man.
need to be there though. Trust me. I could just put a pair of pants on or like wear like slippers. You know what I mean? But instead, I'm like, well, I'm in my like shorts, in the winter, and my like fucking t-shirt, but I don't put any clothes on. So, and then I
It's like-
crank the heat, so it doesn't make sense.
Willard does the whole like pull up. Modern problems require modern solutions. Crank that shit up.
Max everything out, redline it all. Fuck it.
Okay, so this is even funnier. So for us, I'm gonna do this in Celsius. It could be negative 1.1 degrees outside, and I'm still gonna be wearing a sleeveless shirt and gym shorts.
You're a fucking weirdo, man. I swear to
That's
God.
30 degrees,
Oh.
by the way, for us freedom
You
people.
know, for freedom units, it's those damn Fetty units, those EFSF dirty motherfuckers. Like, God, these guys are a bunch of nerds. Yes,
Yes.
we are.
Yes, we are.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I don't understand Celsius at all, but like, I have to use the metric system at work for measurements. Like, everything I do
Oh.
is in millimeters. Like, I understand millimeters make way more sense than freedom
Oh,
units
yeah.
in
Oh, yeah.
inches.
Do you guys realize that we do everything in millimeters in the hobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought a micrometer.
Nobody questions it though, right? Like nobody questions that. Just saying.
Like, I bought one of our friends, RHC Gunpla. So
Oh, I
he
love
and
that dude.
great guy. He has an innate talent of separating you and your finances with a quickness. He's
Oh.
one of those. He's one of those kinds of folk that you're like, man, I've been looking for this one kid. I mean, I'm not really in a hurry to find it. I just,
Things link immediately.
yeah, link hits your D. Like, son of a bitch.
I'm
and
trying not to do
it's
that.
not overpriced. Like, he'll find one like at a reasonable. I'm like, man, why? What did I do to you? But
You befriended him. That's what
yeah,
you did.
that's
to
the problem right there.
him.
But we were talking about using customizing and things like that, and he's like, honestly, I know it may seem a little excessive, but buy yourself a micrometer. It'll really help you in the long run.
Yeah.
So I bought one, and I started messing with this one kit that I started that I'm kind of I use it as like a scratch pad to test out, like, okay, if I want to add a builder part, or if I want to put some sort of hole somewhere or whatever. Like for example, on the Gym Sniper 2, the calf, how it has those small holes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I need to find the drill bit to drill the center of it out and just right, then I needed to see what size drill bit I needed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just it's been a great tool.
So are you telling me the proper way to do that is not to take the blunt end of the drill bit that actually goes into the drill and like put it against the hole to see if it fits?
Yeah, I'm the
I
same boat as you. Hell with all this Metropolis stuff. Look at Willard. Here he goes. Got power drill, my man.
oh yeah, look at this man. Yeah, let's go. Ah.
Like, why not, right?
He's like, look at that shit. All the ASMR folks are like, oh my god, drill, yes.
I did this last time by hand on the other piece, and I was like, I'm gonna do that again.
Oh my
But you know
god.
what, man? These
Hey,
drills, like they take forever to get through plastic, like forever.
They
hey,
do. They do.
I'm
only
like,
on Thunderbolt Radio do you get power tool sounds directly into your dome.
The worst part is, like, the very first kit I
Oh,
ever modified, I used power drills, like that exact method right there, and I spray painted it with rattle cans. And not even
hell
like
yeah.
good rattle cans, like Krylon rattle
oof,
cans.
Oh,
oof.
ooh, that's like a Facebook special right there, buddy.
So,
Dude,
so,
I was
so,
broke.
He moved.
I had no choice. I was the poor at the time.
what do you mean you're the
so
poor?
funny.
Don't you buy third party kits? What the hell, man? By the way,
Oh,
just to kind of fill you in on this, it's a constant running joke with us because we saw on some of the Facebook groups that they decide to get, they get a little toxic or whatever. I mean, it is what it's funny to see it.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh because they're like, "Oh, you buy third party, you must be poor." And I'm over here taking a picture of my backlog and my display. I'm like, "Yes, I'm poor now because I bought all this shit." But I mean, it's not because that's not why I buy third party.
It should be like, you should turn around and go, have you seen my basement?
It's like, have you seen this?
Have you seen what I have here?
Do you want to see what's pending from P Bandai? Like, I don't, man. Don't come at me with that crap. But I give Seth a lot of shit for buying third party because he's so proud of his Blu-ray collection.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you buy the legit shit when it comes to Blu-ray, but God forbid it's a plastic model. Oh my god, look at this.
That's funny.
Look at this.
this is all third party stuff.
Look
Like,
at
this
that poverty
is all
stack right there.
Bond and SNA and I don't even know Freedom Wings. I don't know Effect Wings.
Look. Yeah, no. Well, I will say though, Effect Wings has some pretty cool stuff coming. They have the backpack from the Destiny Impulse third party that they're
Okay.
going to release soon, and I'm kind of excited for it because I really like the design of that backpack versus
Yeah.
the normal Destiny. But yeah.
So,
Yeah, so
since you brought it up, I am going to throw out there that I got the shipping confirmation and the charge on my credit card today that my Blu-ray collector's edition of season 1 and 2 of Witcher Mercury shipped, and
Oh,
my
nice.
Blu-ray of Kukuru Duran's Island shipped today as well.
Did you also get the Gundam Breaker Collector's Edition thing or no?
No, I bought it for the PS4,
Yeah.
just the digital version. I thought about getting it, and then when I finally made the decision to get the collector's edition, it was sold out. So I was just like, whatever.
Dude, I did not realize how expensive that was. I was like, I'm so glad that I don't have that thing in me that goes, I need to have everything that's like one off. Like anything that's a collector thing, I need to go buy it because
Well,
I'd be so broke.
So the only thing I really wanted from the collector's edition, I wanted the gun barrel strike. And then Bandai just announced like option set. I think it's 11, which is the gun barrel striker. And I'm just like, oh, I'm good.
Did they seriously do that? Dickhead.
Yeah. So it's,
oh my god, dude! I think the comedy part about that is when everybody bought 2 master grade virtues to get the Nodlay, and then Bandai turns around and puts the freaking Nodlay as a Gundam. I cackled so hard.
That was
Like,
a Gundam based thing. It wasn't a P Bandai thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but they did it on one of their, I think the Expo,
Yeah.
the online Expo, and I'm like, oh man, Bandai. Oh, why?
which I'll give Bandai a little slack on this one. So the gun barrel striker that released with Gundam Breaker 4, the gun barrels are vertical across the backpack, and the ones that they're releasing as an option set is a standard gun barrel, so it's kind of like the squared pattern for the backpack. It's a different kit. But
This is something else they did. This is another thing that they did recently was when they released the new Destiny with a new silhouette. There is a piece that you get with the unreleased P Bandai version of the other Akatsuki RG, and it's going to come with an attachment so you can attach it to the RG like Akatsuki. But you have to buy the P-Bandai version of it to get that attachment. It's insane. I was like, wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really so like and my shopping record at Leaping Panda can attest to this. The new Rising Freedom kits have me by a chokehold.
Do you like them?
Oh yeah, they're great.
You enjoying them? Nice.
The Dual Blitz is amazing. I just built that the other day. I need to build the Infinite Justice Spec 2. But I told Seth this the day they release, and I'm sure it's gonna happen. If they do a Rising Freedom as a master grade, I'm that's it. It's over. It's over,
dude.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if they sell the damn freaking backpack, man. The P-Bandai.
Oh yeah, that's very on brand.
I'm just waiting for the for Leaping to get the Gramps 2.0 restocked, and I'm picking it and the Dual Blitz up in one go.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. They were gone in 10 minutes.
I know, and it's not even your fault, man. Like, believe me, I understand how business is, and I was just like, I should have been faster.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I saw the email and I hopped in and I was like, "What? Already? Fuck!"
Dude, they were gone by the time I checked my emails. Like it popped up. I was like, I'm driving. I'll check it when I get out. And it was like 5 minutes later, I got out of the truck and I looked. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, the power of a new kit from Bandai is real. I mean, we got 24 of them in, so they were gone in 10 minutes.
That is insane.
But that's the beauty of it. It's a new kit. It's going to sell out, but Bandai's not going to stop making it anytime soon. I'll have my chance to get it. I am a patient individual.
There's another batch coming in already. I think there's another batch after this batch next month. And then they usually stagger the following month they release another batch. And then there's like a pause, I think, and then they do it again. But,
well, yeah, my one distributor is the one that Willard uses where I got it from. So from my American distributor.
I mean, they all come from
Japan.
They all come from,
This guy.
This guy.
The distributor gets them like 3 weeks after I've already sold them out. So.
Damn. Well, like I think your distributor. I think so. Sean, I think your distributor is the same distributor for my local because the delivery times line up pretty close.
Yeah.
Because like you'll get something and my local gets it like the same day or the day after, and I'm like, holy shit! And I start noticing a pattern.
Yeah. I think what's been happening though is I think
like that though. The problem with me is once I know it's coming, I put it in the system and I put it for the release date. Like when it says FedEx is going to show up with it, I put it for 5 o'clock. Email goes out. Blah 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 blah. I ain't gonna lie, man. Since we started the shop, I've gone full gray.
Oh shit!
A lot of work, man.
Oh, no.
It's not. You know what? I've hired 3 people and they didn't last very long, and I realized, man, everybody thinks that this is all fun and games. I'm like, but you spend most of the time staring at boxes. Like that's what you're doing. You're not really doing the hobby side of it as often, unless you make time for it.
Yeah,
hey, me too. You know, with my backlog, I stare at boxes all the time.
Dude, look, at this point in Jan's backlog career, like I'm literally on a panel with 3 shop owners.
Man, get out of here, bro! Don't feed that freaking rumor. I swear to God, dude. Like those boys over at Gunplay and the Goonies keep perpetuating this damn rumor. They're like, oh, Jan's a shop owner, Jayhound's his supplier. That whole thing with Leaping Panda, that's just a front, bro. They're all. I'm like, no, stop. Like,
no,
I run the front desk.
If Jan was a shop owner, he'd be using Just for Men to keep that beard nice and dark.
Exactly right. See, like
Rogaine.
This. Jeez, no, Rogaine's the one for growth, bro. Y'all don't got no bald spot.
I don't know these things, man. Like hey, man, I've got a full head of hair. Like I don't know.
I was over here like, bro,
there you
man,
go. Look at that, all gray, all gray.
Oh man.
There's the reason Willard doesn't have a goatee because he doesn't want to have the gray hair shown.
Oh, I totally have gray hairs as a goatee. It's funny actually you mentioned that because that's the only place I have them on the sides too. But yeah, as soon as my
I,
facial hair grows, it goes gray.
I was telling folks that I look like the like a freaking DC villain over here with little Ra's al Ghul gray tips going on the side and shit. Someday, the detective, I'll get him. I'll get Batman.
So, and I actually think, since we're on the subject, this is a really good like spring point for my first question for you guys. Is
Yes.
with all the stress and everything that comes along with being a shop owner, what made y'all decide to become shop owners?
That's a solid question. Damn.
That's a good question. Do you want to start, though?
I'm not gonna lie, I had to get a refreshment, so I didn't hear the question. My bad.
No, you're good. So basically, like, with all the stress and the hassle that comes along with being a shop owner, why did you decide to do it?
Honestly, like last interview I did a couple years ago, I want the enjoyment. I'm in it for the enjoyment of like the people that come into the shop. The kid that comes in, never built anything before, and he's like the sheer joy in his face when he throws it together. That's why I do it. I mean, it's not to get rich, that's for sure.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. I laugh all the time when people are like, you make so much money doing that. I'm like, hell no, I don't.
Because I think people tend to forget the margins when it comes to products like this. Because
Yeah.
like they're tiny. Like
Very slim.
They're very shit, dude. They're not great.
and because I think the profit margins are more on like things like DVDs and things of that nature. But on model kits, I don't think it's that much.
Not when
Let's just put
everybody.
it this
Not
way,
when
someone
now.
spends $200 or more on shipping for the free shipping that we offer. I mean, I'm making a couple bucks on that order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like at that point you're more focused on volume, like because like that singular order, let's say like whenever random customer orders let's say $80 worth of kit, the profits on that can't be like immense. And I think people kind of think that shop owners, yeah, they make all this money. I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. Like,
No.
I can't speak for the bigger shops, but the bigger you are, the more you're making, obviously. But there you've got all that overhead where, I mean, having an actual brick and mortar too is just a whole nother beast.
It's everything. It's exponentially worse when you're bigger, which is fine because you're making more money. But then it's like, you know what? I've realized, man, about 3 years into it, and I'm like, this is not my retirement solution at all. I was like, this is a stepping stone for me to learn something. I will never ever want to shut the business down if I don't have to because I love doing this. But like I want to have this as something that I still do regardless of what else I do on the side to create something that's a little bit more stable, from a longer perspective, because this is fulfilling my happiness, doing this and being able to help people, in a hobby that's, it's a lot of fun. And
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
for me, yeah, when I started the shop, like Sean, were you done by the way? I'll wait until if you had anything else to say first about that question.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, that convention I was at with a bunch of other shop owners, they all said 5 years. It takes you 5
Yeah.
years before you're even profitable with a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit ahead of the curve, but
Yeah.
I'm also probably knocking years off my life doing it.
You also expanded, I remember, pretty well about with like product lines and stuff. Something that I personally did not do, and I wish I did at the time. But I wasn't. I don't.
Never too
I
late.
just did. I guess I need to pivot at some point, and that's something I'm thinking about. But I need to, do my research a little bit first and figure out some other things that would work well.
Yeah, I mean, Gundam is still our bread and butter. I mean, that's what we're known for. If I throw up a board game sale, it's like crickets because
our
base is Gundam, then Warhammer, then Magic, but board games, holy shit, nope.
It's hard. It's a tough market, man. I had a bunch of board games and they're just sitting there for like 2 years. And I just kind of pretty much just, when they go on sale, they sell. Or during Christmas, when the average person landed on my website by accident, you know?
Yeah.
But like otherwise, it's like, yeah, no, I don't see any Gunpla people buying board games.
So that's a really good segue to a question that I had. Is so it's twofold because we can go either way, but
Yeah.
I'll say like, so the gaming side of it, like the tabletop gaming, trading card games, that side, has it always been an interest for you guys, or has that been a just kind of a, hey, this is a almost like a natural segue when it comes to uh, hobbies or things like or things of this nature? Like, was that something that you guys had a passion for, or just like, hey, a natural progression to go that direction?
For me, I
So,
never expect. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, Willer.
Okay. For me, I never expanded. Just kind of quickly, just kind of follow up from that last question was just like I got into it because I needed some. I personally needed something to do with my hands, and the hobby kind of I got back to it because when I was like a kid, I used to build, and that kind of led into me hanging out with my partner Sarah, where she was making hats in a pop up store, like designing like custom baseball hats, and I just sit there and build all day, and she was just like, "Okay, you're sitting around here all day, do something." So she's like, "Why don't you sell those kits?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I never really thought about going into like sort of retail or anything like that." And she brought me into that, and she was the one who suggested it. So everything fell into place, and suddenly I had a shop. So that's kind of how it happened for me. And so most of the stuff that I personally sell in the shop is stuff that I have a passion for and things that I understand. Like if I don't understand it, I tend to shy away from it for now, only because I don't want to sell stuff where I'm not knowledgeable about, right? And that's just kind of a personal thing for me because I'm just getting back into this. So all the other things like Warhammer, like all those things, I used to paint. Like I used to played some Hero Quest, so I painted minis and things like that. But I never got into Warhammer, and I know it's like an interesting spot to go towards, I guess, for the business. It'd be good for it, but I just don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough, so I haven't done that yet.
So you've all heard the saying, "Jack of
Yeah.
all trades, master of none." Well, in the past 3 months, I've learned how to play Magic. I've learned how to play Altered. I've learned how to play One Piece, and I've learned how to play Pokemon. I suck at all four. Like I literally got my ass handed to me by a bunch of high schoolers in Magic because I don't understand the mechanics
Yes.
of it per se yet. But I find it interesting. Warhammer, like Willard said, I mean, you paint, you customize your gunpla. It's just a natural extension of it. It's just done at a 28 or 35 millimeter. There you go. There's my Canadian reference. Scale. So I mean, it's painstaking. I look like that guy from Office Space when I'm painting my minis. I got the binoculars on my head because my eyesight sucks as it is.
Yeah, I don't think I could paint
But
yeah,
am I
I don't think I
passionate?
could paint minis anymore.
Yeah. Am I passionate about them? No. I'm passionate about Warhammer. I'm passionate about Altered because it's new TCG that I think is going to
Yeah.
change the industry. Whether or not Altered sticks around, what they're doing is going to change the aspects of what Wizards of the Coast does. And part of it also is I needed to pivot. I mean, it got to the point where every other day we all saw, hey, there's new Gundam shop. Hey, there's new Gundam shop. Hey, there's new Gundam shop. Because they're all doing the same thing that at least I did. I started off in my basement. So they're in their basement. They have no overhead. And that led us to pivoting to other aspects. The board game thing, yeah. I still don't get 90% of these board games. I don't have the time to learn them either.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I just, I'll snap plastic, paint it up. And I don't paint that well. My orcs look like a 5-year-old with crayons painted them.
I don't have the eyes for it.
But like whenever you sent me that pack, I was like, oh god, he don't want to see this. Like I can't hand paint worth of shit. And my wife was like she looked up, she's like, so what do you do with these? I'm like, well, you snap them together, glue them together, and whatnot, and then you hand paint them. She's like, well, if you get some paints, I'll give them a shot. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no, this is dangerous because
you're in trouble.
if she gets into that,
Warhammer is not
then I'm
cheap.
fucked.
It's ridiculous how expensive it is.
I know, man. Sean out here trying to attack my wallet directly. He went in. He went in.
Yeah, I get your wife and you're done.
Sean's at,
Game over,
Sean's at,
man. Game
Game
over.
over, game over,
Sean's
man.
gonna go home. Sean's gonna go inside
Hey.
later and do like rituals.
But
Like buy my Warhammer.
Jeez.
but like
Oh.
with Warhammer, there is a segue. I mean, they have the Tau, which are giant mech
Yeah.
robots. So that's some of our customers that have come in to buy Gunpla end up buying Tau thing here or there because it interests them. It's a different design completely. I mean, they're built to kill, whereas Gunpla is more, I don't want to say campy,
Well, I mean,
but
There's a different audience for it, especially if like you're building, if you're doing like anything related to like build fighters, whereas it gets real kid friendly or real kid focused. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
a lot of the material is kind of like from the older stuff is more adult, and then as the shows have developed and the audience changed, right? So I also think that like it's interesting because the shows always kind of reflect the current climate of the world. So it's interesting how they switch it up. And I mean, it makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Because that's their new target market demographic all the time.
And like yeah, because you could talk like the what is it like in Witcher Mercury? There's a huge like focus on like the military industrial complex, and that's been a thing since the late '90s. So it's interesting to see that play such a really strong role in that one. Aside from the whole schoolgirl drama thing going on, but you can see the
I
pivots.
see where they were going with that. It was nice to see a female protagonist. It was nice. It was different. It made it more lighthearted,
Yes.
but then at the same time, sometimes it just got really. I guess the seriousness of some of the scenes didn't match the lightheartedness at times. But otherwise, I didn't mind the show. I think at the beginning I was just annoyed with her because she was just being super whiny. But then somebody else pointed out every Gundam protagonist is whiny at the beginning. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
That Camille B. Don over there, just like, yes, I'm gonna be petty and I'm gonna exact my revenge by stealing this giant robot and run you and like step on you. Like, bro, chill, damn.
No chill, all kill.
But and Seth, do you have like he kind of so Sean brought up an interesting point about the whole like new stores popping up, which which slides right into this other question, which I'm actually really excited to hear your take on this because so how important do you all feel as store owners is diversifying your stock been post COVID, like post a big hit of COVID, because COVID really pushed a lot of folks back into the hobby because it's something you can do at home. They can chill out and zen out and whatnot. So now that we've gotten quote unquote gotten over the hump, what has that affected the way you market and the way you approach sales?
Don, do you want to start with this one?
Sorry, Willard.
Okay. So for me personally, I think in the last couple of years, my at first you could just post your kits all the time and just go, hey, look all the stuff that I have. And then over time, I feel like when you're advertising online on the platforms, the more money you put into it, obviously, right? The more your ads get seen by new customers, things like that. I think after COVID now in the last year, things kind of died down a lot. I kind of noticed about 2 years into COVID, like a year and a half after COVID like ended, I started to notice a change in the way like people were doing the hobby, I guess, right? Like if you've got people who kind of went into the hobby side of things where it comes to the whole customizing to kind of grow in the hobby, doing all the tinkering, things like that on that side of the hobby, which is technically the deeper end of the hobby, right? And then you've got also builders who just snap build and they enjoy that process of it as well. But I've noticed that from a kind of a long-term thing, you can only do something that much before you can either get bored of it or kind of walk away from it if there's no, I guess, growth in something that you're doing on a regular basis, on a daily basis, because it becomes routine, right? Snap a kit together, do this, do that. And I think maybe it works for some people. For me personally, it doesn't work. And so I think right now there is kind of at this point right now where a lot of the people who got into the hobby during COVID, they're gone, like gone. I think we've noticed that in our numbers in sales in general, and seeing a lot of stores pop up out
Absolutely.
of nowhere, and then seeing a couple close down last month, which is really sad. But then I'm also seeing that we're just saturated. I mean, my take on it is that we're kind of saturated with business with stores right now, and I feel like everybody's fighting for position, and we're feeling it, because it seems like it's easy to start a business and to start something online. And I'm not disencouraging people not to, but know why you're doing it, and really plan ahead, because sometimes it may not be a good idea to do it anymore. Because if there's 50 to 60 stores online, that should tell you it's probably not a good idea to start right now, right? And we definitely have more than that online right now. Between like in Canada alone, I think we've got like 60 stores. Like we don't have that many people. We do not have that many people in Canada, but we have 60 stores between like retail and, like brick and mortar and online. I'm assuming in the US there's way more than that, so
Yeah, it's
yeah.
ridiculous.
What's your situation? What about your take on it, Sean?
I literally have 14 hobby shops within a 20-mile radius of me. I have one that opened. Yeah, I have a shop that opened up a year and a half after we already established as a B&M that I can see outside of my door. And then 6 months ago, another shop opened. Literally, I could throw a rock
And they're selling Gunpla too?
from our shop. So with the one is selling Gunpla, the other one is Magic and sports cards. Thinking of getting into Warhammer. So it's like cool. I'm all for like I helped the one guy that's doing the card shop, told him like the ins and outs of stuff. It's like you said, it's getting ridiculous. And these people that are opening up are thinking that it's going to be easy money because people are going to buy from me. But that also comes to the deep-rooted problem of distributors allowing anybody and their brother, because they're trying to make a dollar, sign up with them.
It needs to be
Hey, you got a business license? You got an EIN? Sweet,
kind of how
we'll
it is
sign
now.
you up.
That's kind of how it is, yeah. And you know what? Because I think it's also because Bandai is very pushy about stuff too. They're pushy in numbers, and they want you to increase numbers every single year. And to my understanding, distributors also have to buy a bunch of garbage they don't want because it's part of the contract. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, you remember those dinosaurs? You don't want those. Nobody wanted those dinosaurs, but you know what? There's a lot of them everywhere. People are forced to buy them.
The Zachary 2, the red one. HUC one. One distributor has 1,700 of them.
Yeah, that was like the Zeta Verka. Like, oh boy.
Yeah. And with Bandai pushing it so much, they're also saturating like the Michaels, and God forbid, I'm going to mention it, Hobby Lobby now.
Free advertising. Woo!
I am so sick of Hobby Lobby.
We've got Michaels up here now too, selling Gunpla and Canada Computers, which is like a computer like shop. So it's interesting, like I'm like, oh, so you're selling a master grade for $40 for like under cost. Oh, cool. This is like, oh, what are you gonna? How do you even compete with that? I just kind of was just like, whatever. I was like, and this is kind of where I've realized now is you have to build a community around you, and and have people who support and believe in what you do. However, something that I have learned, and this is nothing personal to my friends or anything, but your friends are not the ones who are going to make your business successful. It's everybody else, but your friends have to be there to support. The friends are there to support, but they're not going to be the ones that make your business. And that's something that it was hard for me. It was something hard for me to learn
100%.
because I was always listening to what my friends were telling me to do. And then I realized, a couple years in later, and I'm like, none of you guys have business fucking sense. So why am I even asking you? And they all know this, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know, like I don't know, like buy this. It's really cool." I'm like, "Okay, I buy it," and it's like, nobody buys it, and it's like, okay, after a while, I was like, "Okay, this is not working."
Because
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot with so like not that I try to be a super enabler of a financially crippling hobby, but I like, hey folks, like for example,
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that are into D&D. And I tell them, hey, and if you want a segue into model building, the new 30-minute fantasy line is coming, and they're really cool, and that that'd be something to get you in, right? And it's just kind of funny that just like I'm over here like peddling a model line just to get my friends to like, hey, come on in, build shit.
Check out
This
this
is something that
crap
you'd
that I
like.
have.
Dude,
It's like,
I
man,
just had like a mental image pop up of you on a street corner in a trench coat,
just
like
like,
open it up and hey kids, you want to buy some Bandai?
you want to buy some plastic, bro? Like,
It's real. It's the real shit.
it's not, yeah, it's
the
the real shit. This is that Bandai shit. None of
Got a
that.
blue logo on it.
Yeah, none of that freaking. Yeah. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
So, like, with all that said, that kind of leads me into my next question. With all these hobby shops popping up left and right, and all this competition that seemed to come out of nowhere, in your opinion, what makes for a successful hobby shop or like business in general?
Well,
It's the community, man.
it's the community.
Yeah.
It's what you
Yeah.
put into it. Like I'm not too happy to say this, but I lost a good guy that we sponsored. Thankfully, Willard picked out him because I didn't support
And
him enough.
we had a chat about that too, right?
And
So a pretty open chat about it. Yeah.
yeah, no, we
Yeah.
did. I mean, it's 100% my fault. I didn't do what I should have done, and
But
he's a great guy.
and I think
So
that's
it's all, sorry,
yeah.
it's all about the community. It's what you build around you. It's what you put into it is what
Yeah.
differentiates you
And
from the
trying to get an
fly-by-night
understanding as
shops.
well what people are looking for. What are they looking for in the community and what they're looking to support, right? And for me it was just I've always kind of been that person in the sense of kind of create a space for people to grow and excel and do things, right? So that was always something that I always had a strength with. Um, and but I've always been very shy about leading. So it's been for me it's been like a learning curve to kind of put myself out there now and be comfortable being that person. And when that did happen with one of Sean's team members, and when they came over to me, there was like no hard feelings. We all talked about it, and it was just a matter of what he wanted, right? What was he looking for? And
Yeah,
and I think that gave you, Sean, an opportunity to also think about how you can what things you can do as well. And I think that's the beauty of this is when we're collaborating and there's no ego and we're actually wanting to help, we grow from everything that happens. And
it did.
yeah,
It put a kick in my
yeah,
ass is what it did, and
yeah.
I'm thankful for
Because
that. Hence why now I'm doing more because I'm not your stereotypical person. I am
yeah,
not a camera person. You guys can see my face. I am not meant for TV, okay? Unless we're talking flash or horror or Grimdark, Warhammer type stuff. I'm not flashy. I'm an old curmudgeon, and I've had to come out of myself because I am passionate about this. I just don't do it publicly. I guess is the way you
It
put it.
takes a lot, man. You know what? I've been online now for 5 years. I still have problems going online and doing a live stream on my own and talking to a camera. Like I can't do it. Like, and I keep trying and I try and I try and I try to work through it because for us having like the internet, it's a free resource for us to use for marketing. You know, to get to meet people and to connect with people. But it requires us to get out of our shell.
Yeah. And my wife constantly yells at me,
Yeah.
like, you need to get out there, you need to get out there. And I keep telling her, I'm going to. It's just,
I try to look at George and I try to see how George does
it,
things
I,
because he's very comfortable and he's been doing this for years now. And it's something that I've always paid attention. He's just naturally on there, just talking to people. And I'm like, how the hell do you do this? I was like, you literally just sit there. You have something to say for like an entire hour. I'm like, it's insane. And he doesn't plan any of it. So I'm like, you know, it's doable. It's just getting into that headspace of knowing that it's okay to just talk about anything.
And that's kind of been a struggle. Like, and Seth can tell you this. I've been like, so I've streamed a few times, very few and far between, but it's because I have this issue with talking into the ether. I don't mind being here. I don't mind. Like, hey, I see Seth, I see you, I see Sean. We're good. And then when Jayhound's here as well, like I hear him. It's fine. We can. I don't have a problem having a conversation, just me and the boys, and you know, and then pumping that onto the internet. But when it comes to me sitting down at my desk and then just like, hi, chat. What's up, chat? Dang. Is that cool, chat? I can't do that. Like,
I can't do that either.
it's just not me, man. Like,
So the last giveaway I did a live stream for it, to like actually spin the wheel and pick the winners. And it was like my first time actually trying to do a live stream for a giveaway. And it was like the most embarrassing, the cringiest thing I've ever done. And I'm just like, I let it sit on my Instagram for like a week and made sure that my winners got the kits. And then I just like pulled it down completely because I'm like, I can't do it. I have to get better about it.
That was also a Ready Builder 2 face reveal too. Because you hadn't shown your face yet, and it was like, "Hey, giveaway plus face reveal, let's go."
Yeah, well, and a lot of that is because for the longest time, I wanted my Instagram to be about the art. I wanted it to be about the Gunpla, and then my wife pulled me to the side, and she was like, "Hey, you know, if you want to grow, if you want to be successful, you have to be a part of it. You have to let people know that you're a real person, you're a real individual. You need to show your face. You need to talk to people." I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Hey man, your face is art to me, bro.
For very specific industries and for specific things. But when we're at this point right now, everything's shifted. And now people want to know who you are. They want to know everything. They want to know you have an opinion. It's like the weirdest thing. And I'm like, some of the shit that's my opinion is none of your fucking business. But you do, for some reason, want me to fucking tell you this shit. And I'm like, I refuse. I refuse to tell you this because now we're just going to get into an argument because I have an opinion about something that probably you don't agree with. It's not happening.
Yeah, and that's another issue with me with my day job. You know, I'm a principal. So I have to be careful of what I say or do because in this climate, if it gets back and they find it and they deem it as like not conducive to the learning environment of the school district, I can lose my job.
You could,
yeah. And like I'm over here like because like Seth and I every once in a while will say some wild shit in the podcast. We're like, oh well, that's probably was the last episode, and then nothing happens. We're like, all right, cool, then we still got this. But it's like, you know, I'm like, what do you think about this? I'm like, bro, this is fucking plastic robots, man. I'm just trying to be chill, man. Damn.
And just like Sean with Leaping Panda, like I have to be careful about what I say because I work for I'm not going to say the name, but I work for a Fortune 500 company and I'm in the training department. Like I'm part of like the leadership staff that gets people in the door. And if I'm out here saying some sideways things and it gets back to my company, I can also lose my job.
And nobody wants that.
I don't want that.
You know what? And this is the thing, man. Like I've said some stuff on our live stream And then I realized, oh, guess what? It doesn't matter. Nobody sees it, and not enough people see it yet. That's okay. I can get away with it. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, that could haunt me in like 5 or 6 years. I was like, I don't know. But I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave
but
it up for controversy, man. I don't care, whatever.
the
I don't
thing
create any controversy, so like a little bit of controversy is healthy for the soul.
Oh man, could you believe that Stop freaking said that third-party kits are
Oh,
poverty grade? How dare he? I said it then. I'll
yo,
say it
shit.
now. Yeah, no, I'm
TikTok?
just kidding.
Sorry, go
The
ahead.
worst part is
I
like
was
if
just
any,
about to say, TikTok is fully divided
I was about to say
between like, there's like people third party, non third party, and they fight all the time about that shit, dude. And I was just like, you guys are hilarious.
I like, damn man, could you cause like I give Seth shit all the time, but I can't say anything. I bought the was the Star Glory,
Yeah.
the not Stargazer. I bought the Star Destroyer, which is the not white Amazing Exia. And I have a few other ones. I have a small stack just chilling in my backlog, and I'm like, I can't the Sentinel. Oh my god, the
Yeah,
Solomon, the new GPO2, like I got that because
that was badass.
WA3, man, that's my life right there. I
well,
can't.
third party
Yeah.
fills the void. It's not
Yeah,
poverty. It's Bandai not
Yeah.
realizing
Oh,
what's
Seth, what?
going on. Like the
Yeah,
Nielsen
I
World
got a
Monument
couple of
that's
those.
coming out. It's
Yeah.
it's a PG Talbot. Are you kidding me?
well, and like they made a third party
I
H2
did see
double
that.
bullet,
I bought it.
I'm like order because the
Yeah,
H2
cool.
Mega
double,
sized.
yeah, it's a mega size. I'm like, hell yeah, freaking double bullet.
Mega poverty.
I saw no, it's not double bullet. It's just the H2 normal, but
It's
still.
H2 normal.
But I'm like, dude, the H2 is like my favorite age Gundam. Hell yeah, I'm gonna buy that shit.
What were you going to
Add
say
to
before
cart,
I
add to
rudely
cart.
cut you off? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, I was gonna say that like if anything I say on the podcast or like on my Instagram ever comes back to haunt me in 6 years, like, and I have to give an interview, I'll be like, it was
Hey,
funny
at the time it was
like,
acceptable. I'm sorry that now we're
know
more
what you want me to
snowflakey.
say.
It's not my fault. I'm sorry.
Ooh, he said the word no. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, like that's a really good example. Like, I'm a massive Godzilla fan, so I went back and watched the worst one, which is the 1994 American Godzilla movie, and they throw the word like retard around like it's nothing,
No,
and
you
I'm just
can't
like,
say that
oh,
anymore.
we
But you
can't say
watch
that
stuff
anymore.
like that now, and you're like, ooh, ooh.
Oh yeah, you look at the old Tom and Jerry's and the Warner Brother cartoons. And I grew up
Mhm.
that stuff nowadays is coming bankrupt.
It's like, oh man, you watch Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner? Like you watch this coyote try to commit murder like weekly?
Oh,
Yep, all the time.
some of the lines in those
That
shows,
show's
Oh,
funny.
like
man.
just now, it's just like, what the fuck? Really?
Oh yeah, it's wild. Like it's some crazy shit, and it's just
Tom and Jerry had like a 60-year-old like
Yeah.
fade on sight kind of beef, like no words, only hands.
like no talk, only fight. Freaking no, there's well, so I haven't seen Naruto yet, and I'm gonna
Can't talk no jutsu
Yeah,
your way
yeah,
out of that one.
yeah. I'm sure some you know, if my you know, if this stuff ever reaches that, like, I can't believe what a fake anime fan he is. You never watched Naruto? Like, listen, bro, I'm like first wave Toonami, so like, you know, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Sailor Moon, etc.
Naruto
You
was
know,
not
so
your
like,
generation. It
hey
wasn't
man,
mine either. I watched it as an adult.
exactly.
I watched it as an adult
begging you
Naruto
to
when it
watch
came out. Like, I
Naruto.
was already an adult at that point. I skipped the first like Naruto. I already started watching Shippuden because everybody told me I didn't have to watch the original, so I didn't.
Oh man.
I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist.
That's a
So
good
I
one,
haven't
too.
seen. So like, I gotta watch that. Attack on Titan is on my short list though, but I need to finish watching Gundam X first. Because
I think about 6 episodes of Attack on Titan. It's just everything pulling for your time. So something's got to
yeah,
give. It's good. I enjoyed it.
And I
And
think
then
people like get it twisted. They're like, "Oh, that means he doesn't like it." I'm like, "No, bro. It's because I have a finite amount of time, and yeah, and I want to pay attention. I don't want to like just put it in the background and forget."
right.
Dude, please
Yeah, you
watch
need to
Full
watch
Metal
that. That's
Alchemist.
really, really good.
I will eventually.
Dude, like, so this is a real thing. Like, I am a grown ass man, all right, and I have the manga like collector's edition, like the big box, and I've read Full Metal Alchemist probably about as many times as I've watched it at this point. And there's a particular character that something happens to, and like my page is like tear stained that I have to buy another volume. Because, like, it gets me every single time.
really
like,
good.
please
It
watch
is really
Full Metal
good.
Alchemist. It's 60 episodes, man. It's not like I am asking you to watch Naruto
That's
as
like
well. But
asking
that's
somebody to watch One Piece.
700 episodes. Like,
It's like, hey,
just
Bro, and I've said this, and dude, I hope my friends at work hear this. Oh my god, I'm gonna send them the link to this episode. I am not watching One Piece. No, fuck that. If an anime needs to take 500 episodes to warm up,
that was
fuck
Dragon Ball
that.
too.
No, sorry, I'm not doing that.
Though.
so.
Netflix series.
Yeah, but it's
so
not 500 episodes deep.
No, but
One
like
Piece
the
has
abridged
gone
version.
on. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Netflix. I mean, I've watched, I think, 2 episodes of One Piece, the anime, and it was the first 2 episodes. And with you, Jan, that shit is boring, whack.
Don't tell the diehard fans, but just watch, just watch the live action, and you're good.
Hey, so Leaving Panda doesn't get canceled for anything he says.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. I was just like, you know what? Just watch the One Piece live action, man. You'll be fine.
Well, so Netflix is coming out with they're remaking One Piece starting from the beginning. They're calling it The One Piece with new animation, and they're fixing the pacing issue.
So it doesn't have to be 1,000
cutting out all
episodes.
the filler.
I once I got to 700 something, I just was like, I am done, because I caught up, and when I caught up, I was like, now I have to wait every week. I'm not doing that.
It's like they're giving it like the Dragon Ball Z Kai treatment, where it's like new animation, no filler.
Man, so. I'm gonna say some hot take. I think Dragon Ball Z with the Bruce Falconer score, like the American one that when Funimation did it, I think that sounds better than Kai, man. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna say that. I said it.
I concur.
Like, damn. Out here saying base takes and shit.
I watched Dragon Ball for the first time in Spanish, so I don't know what that. For me, it's just like.
So that's how I caught Dragon Ball GT, was in Spanish. Yeah, so like, to me, Kamehameha wasn't. It was like Onda Vital and shit. Like, it was. It's like Onda. I'm like, what is he saying? And it's like, oh, it's Kamehameha. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
I do remember that. You're right. At least the translation expanded over here was the same. I'm surprised.
Dude, I
didn't change it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those old Funimation dubs and scores were amazing. Like how the movie, like the Broly movie, had like Haji's Kitchen and
bro, dude, the Broly movie is peak, dude.
Disturbed,
dude,
drowning.
Yeah, man. Oh my bad. I thought you were talking about. The new Broly movie, because that shit was peak.
No, I'm talking like Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan.
Oh, you mean the swole guy with freaking anger management issues?
There were 2
that can't
versions
get over
of that
a baby
movie,
crying,
though, right?
Yeah.
They did the original. That was years ago, and then they just redid it again.
Yeah. So there's
the
new one. God, it was so good. God, it's so good.
It's peak.
I was in theaters watching that shit. I was like, so me and all the other nerds that were in there, we were all getting hyped, and then we all laughed whenever Frieza was like, "Broly, look, it's such a tragedy." Like we all like we're like, "Damn, you didn't have to do him like that."
And the fact that Frieza caught Broly's hands for a solid hour.
Dude, he took an ass beating for a solid 60 minutes, dude. That was, damn. It's like, damn, what did he do to make him so mad? But yeah, man, it's all a lot like like I said, we have our interests and whatnot. Like, and I'm not gonna hate on. Now, I'm not gonna say that One Piece sucks because I've never watched it, so I can't. But I can't commit to that many episodes. And I'll probably eat my own words on this because I used to say Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny's trash, and then I went and watched Seed, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was a little too harsh. And then I watched Seed Destiny. I'm like, I can see why people hate it, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. And then I got hyped because I was like, oh, hey, the new movie is coming out. So me and RC Gunpla. So I was in Maryland for work, and that's where he lives. And so we actually met up. We watched the movie together in theaters, and I left the theater. I was like, hey man, that was a good movie. What the fuck?
Bro, I went to go see it in theaters with Mobile Suit Tech Mario.
Dude,
oh man.
It was a hype time. And since it literally just came out on Netflix, like what, the first or the second? No.
I watched it 4 times.
I watched it quite a few times.
Bro, I think I'm on like my 6th watch since it hit Netflix, and like right before we started the episode, like I was watching it, and I'm currently at the part where Kira's giving his speech about, oh, you tried to kill me, you sacrificed your people, I ain't dead, try me, homie.
Man, dude, I love that part. Bro, I get so hyped whenever Kira's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint. And I'm like, ooh, got him. It's stupid. I'm always getting all hyped and shit over a movie of a series that I used to like hate on acting.
Funny. I actually just marathoning the first scene in Netflix. And I was just like, I'm just sitting here all weekend, so I've just been marathoning the first one. I'm probably gonna watch Seed Destiny tonight, and then I'm gonna watch the movie.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes flexing his man. See, Seth is an elitist in a different way. He'll flex his DVD, his Blu-ray collection on you and shit.
The extra time that I have
spent so much money on
it. He's rich in different ways.
I'm rich in the fact that I've invested 5 years worth of my paychecks into my Blu-ray collection.
There you go, Sean. You start selling DVDs, you'll bankrupt this guy.
Can't do it. That you want to talk about dying medium?
Physical media is forever.
That's what I keep telling him, and he won't listen to me.
It's like vinyl. It came back. It's ridiculous how that came back. I'm like, how did vinyl come back? There you go. See,
I just bought a vinyl today.
God, Seth, how old are you?
But
really?
that's because that generation
31.
right now, they're all getting into vinyl now, which is really interesting because it's throwing me off a little bit because I come from that generation. I still have all my vinyl, but like, it's just interesting to see the medium come back. But
well, yeah, and if you've noticed, also, I mean, talking about like stuff coming back.
Yeah.
That convention I was at, I don't know if y'all remember Crossbones and Thunderbolt.
Yes.
Yeah, they're reissuing that. They're reissuing a ton of games from the 80s because apparently nostalgia is real for this generation.
Please bring back the original lawn darts that were actually darts.
That's not happening.
Nah, man, bro, you can't, man. These motherfuckers out here were eating Tide Pods about a year ago. You gonna tell me you want them to do sharp objects?
Dude, we've safety-proofed everything to the point natural selection
I don't know
isn't
about
selecting
that. Okay?
anymore.
The other day I just saw on TikTok the funniest shit that people are doing right now is people are dumb enough to deposit, like to write checks and cash their own checks when they don't have any money. So,
oh my God.
So by the end of it, they're going, "Oh, it was a glitch." I'm like, "It's not a fucking glitch. You're doing check fraud, dude. Like, you don't have money in your bank account." And so now people are like, 10 days later, they're calling in, complaining why they're negative 10 grand, negative 20 grand. And I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot." I was like,
I'm here committing federal crimes
casually on the internet because somebody else on the internet said it was a glitch. Stop fucking listening to people on the internet.
Oh my God.
Wait, no. Don't stop listening to people on the internet. Listen to us.
Listen to us. Don't listen to us.
I promise you, I will not lead you astray. Go buy Gunpla. You have 2 great stores here. If you're in Canada, if you're in the U.S., there you go. Hey, Get yourself a real
Worldwide
addiction.
representation.
Crack? Nah, fuck that. Drugs? No. Plastic. There you go. That's
Bro, at this point, I'm thoroughly convinced a cocaine addiction could be cheaper.
Jesus. Well, dude, I'm over here like, hey man, what Wednesday or Thursday are we on? Is P Bandai dropping some shit? Mm-hmm. It's like, hey man, you got that new P Bandai, bro? Hey Sean, you got that RG 2.0? Oh, it ain't in yet? Fuck.
From my previous experiences,
Hey,
this
man,
hobby
I
could
need
be
some-
more
I need some
expensive
new
than
norms.
cocaine, but most likely the cocaine will become more expensive eventually over time. It's one of
Ebbs
those
and
things where it's
flows.
suddenly like, oh, I'm doing this every day. Oh, we have got a problem here, and that's when it gets expensive. And that's not good. That is not good.
No, we just hear that Bandai's about to announce some stuff, and we're just like, I'm in danger.
Oh god.
So I'm gonna put this in there.
Brace your wallets.
All right.
So-
Well.
What you got, Jan?
Oh man, I was just kind of like just reeling from that from all that. Like, I was like, oh, but yeah, man. Like, so we covered. Actually, yeah, I'm actually really happy we covered that part of COVID because it's kind of interesting because I actually watched an episode of Shark Tank about a month ago where this guy valued his company with
Old
COVID
fart.
numbers, and it was just kind of like interesting to hear that, like, oh dang, like you have that you're valuing from a point in time where like your product is gonna be like really bought at that point versus like here now, maybe now because it's gonna fall off or whatnot. But but it's great to hear that, and on top of that, too, geographical comparisons too, because what happens with Canadian customers or customers from a different area may not necessarily, and on top of that, you're competing with a lot of stores in your area, Sean, just as you are, Willard. So it's just really interesting to hear that.
Right now, like there's, I predict that a bunch of things are going to fall apart in the next 6 months, man. Like, I don't like if Christmas is pretty much going to tell it all whether people are going to make it or not. And if with the way things are going, I just feel like people are just it's gonna get bad.
And then people wonder why, like, oh, why don't they care about the American the opinion of the American consumer when it comes to Gunpla? I'm like, bro, we're not even the main. We're not the main. We're not even a freaking NPC to them. Are you serious? Like,
we're not
building
the
demographic
demographic
here in North America, but I think people are not realistic about it. I think the consumers are not realistic about understanding where we're actually at. The amount of people that we have in North America together is like a corner of Asia. So, which is insane.
Which is insane.
And
which is insane.
We're so kind of like sheltered being here where we are because we're just a big island over here, and we have no idea what's happening anywhere else around the world. So we think everything is great. But then you compare yourself to the mainland, which is all connected. Because we're the only part that's not connected. If you really think about it, the rest of it's all connected on the other side. There is so much geographical land over there with people who's just, there's so much more people. And I don't think people over here in North America can fathom that until they've traveled, right? And I think that's kind of what it is until you've traveled over there, you don't actually understand, like, we're actually not as big as we think we are when it comes to Bandai stuff or modeling and things like that. We're at an infancy right now, We're doing good, yeah.
I mean, we're doing great, but it's still, we're new. And, yeah. The fact that we have our own USP Bandai store is crazy. I think it's kind of wild.
It's like we're just past throwing the tea in the harbor.
Oh god, that's a Revolutionary War joke right there.
I make bad jokes.
The Americans understand that reference. I'm not, Canada. That was the day that we threw a tantrum and we said, no, we don't want to. We don't want to take out the trash. Nah, I hate you, Dad. It's not a phase. And then that was America's emo phase right there. Was Revolutionary War, dude. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
So I got a question for you guys.
Oh, okay.
what's your most anticipated kit coming up? Third party or Bandai?
Oh damn, he said third party or Bandai. Hey Seth, they got you. He got you. Since he's pondering, honestly, like the 30-minute fantasy line has my interest, but since they just dropped the B packs teaser for the narrative, man, I am like, and the thing is, I just painted mine not too long ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to do it again because that shit looks hot.
Yeah, but that's a Peeves drop. Let me rephrase the question. What's a mass
Regular, okay.
Yeah, regular upcoming kit that's got you guys all in a tizzy.
All
Okay,
in the
so
tizzy.
I can actually answer this one.
Go for it.
So I'm mostly anybody that actually like sees my work knows what I'm about. I'm very big into like the high grade, the entry grade, the 1/144 scale. So the gun barrel strike option set, I'm really excited about that.
All right, and we're back. Yeah, let's go. So you were saying, Seth?
Yeah, well, first off, I love the technical difficulty music and screen. Like it's always fun. Anyways, no, so I really like the 1/144, the entry grade, the high grade. So the gun barrel strike that's coming out, I'm very hyped about that. The option parts, the option set 13 Cavalier unit from the Seed Freedom movie, very happy about that. The GOAT that is the Seed Zagok high grade coming out. Oh, very excited about that. Mostly just like all the high grade stuff, and then what we were talking about earlier, the mega size age 2 normal from, I don't even know what company it's from. It's third party and
China. From China.
Very very excited that I ordered that. It's shipping at like the end of the month into October, I think. So it's not there yet, but yeah, there's a couple things that are on my radar. Very excited about. Like I said, the dual blitz that's already out. I want to pick it up, but I'm just waiting till we get a restock of the Gramps 2.0 because save a little bit in shipping.
I'm barbecuing right now. God damn it!
Let's pick it. Let's go. I think so. Regular release, the high grade Psycho Gundam Mark II has my full attention. I like them thick I like the thick kits. I love the big kits. I think the shelf presence is a big motive, like driver of my purchases, and like completing lineups. That's why. So really quick, by the way, shout out to you actually, because so this has been eluding me. So a friend of mine was able to find me the count for Amazing, which then coincidentally arrived the same day as the Amazing Barbatos Lupus, which, by the way, completes my entire Meijin Kawaguchi high grade lineup of kits.
So release more.
Man, hey, you know what? I feel this is just fun shade, but some folks over there at another podcast that say that maybe the Meijin, they should retire the third Meijin. I'm like, no, he's the GOAT. Game recognized game. Third Meijin is the GOAT. I don't ever hear that kind of blasphemy ever again on the internet.
Dude, I wish we had like a soundboard that when you said you completed your collection, I just hit a button and it's like the children going, yay, and confetti flies.
Oh my God, dude.
You can.
It's called post-production, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, if you can make it just like, yay.
Like, we're going, yay, Jan completed collection, woo. But yeah, no, it made me really happy to like see the package from Leaping Panda. I'm like, I know what's in here, yeah. But no, yeah, the Psycho Gundam Mark II has my full attention, and there's a Figurize Common Rider that's coming. It's black and highlighted green.
01.
Yeah, that shit. It looks sick.
Thank you for reminding me because we were just talking about that on the last episode of the podcast. Y'all, it happened. Figure Standard Common Rider 01. I'm not saying I called it, but I'm gonna buy it.
Uh, the Zagok and the Zagok from Seed Freedom. That thing just looks insane. Looks beautiful. There is a third party release that I'm kind of waiting on. It's called the Red Lotus. It's basically the Proud Defender backpack from Seed Freedom.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
So whenever that pops up, I'm debating. And Sean, I'm just gonna whisper this in your ear. I don't know. I'm debating heavily whether or not to buy another MGEX Strike Freedom just to put that backpack on it.
Oh, dear God.
So
how many do you have?
So it's the master grade because somebody also made a resin perfect grade.
Yeah, that Hong Silbian guy but he scratch built that thing.
So you see what you said, the word resin? That's
no, it wasn't resin. He scratch built it. That guy is insane.
Hell no.
Oh crap.
I think he scratch built that because he does this every time. He shows something off and then he shows you afterwards how he made it. And it's been his pattern on how he's like presenting his work. You'll see the finished product and then he starts to show you all the steps. And you're just like, that guy I don't know, he's a fucking alien, dude.
Well, it's like watching Ray Studio do shit. I'm just like, why? How? Holy shit, bro! Like, him, Otaku Builder. Oh my god, I should know some more folks. Like some of these like really like top tier Gunpla builders.
Neuroransky,
yeah, like some of these top tier Gunpla builders, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's easy. Just do this. EA Gunpla, like it's bangers of build after build. I'm just like, bro, you guys, like this is why I snap build / do the snap build plus thing, because I know where I stack up, and I'm just gonna like enjoy.
If you don't practice and you like doing that shit, practice. The more you practice, at first it sucks. Okay, you're gonna sit there, you're gonna break kits, you're gonna get sad, but once it clicks, and then after that, it's just about fine tuning your techniques right over time. Like, I don't think I build more than like 2 kits a year now, maybe 3.
Oh, wow.
And I spend most of the time like just customizing it and just taking my time. Like, it doesn't hurt my wallet. I spend most of my money on tools now, and my backlog's there, but it's there.
Yeah, I saw you with your plug-in vibrating knife you were using earlier.
Yeah, and the knife. It's just like making life easier. Work smarter, not harder. That's what I keep telling everybody.
I do love me some tools though. Like I've and this is a sneak peek for a future episode. So like we alternate Plamo related subject, and then another one is a franchise related subject. So not the next episode, but the one after is going to be more tool related, and it's actually Seth has gone through great pains of obtaining several different nippers to go through the whole like, hey, which one has, so it's stuff like that. Like because dude, if you don't like tools, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like tools, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's another part of the hobby that you're like, yeah, man, I got this new shit. What's up? Like I used to hate on people. I used to hate on like God hands because they're like, oh, look at you, paint. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I had a guy in my local area. He gave me some fucking Bruce Lee level quote and shit. He's like, if tool make you happy, if tool does the hobby better for you, then why not? And I'm like, shit. All right, I'll give it a shot. And then I tried it. I was like, wow, these actually are kind of nice.
It's like driving. Okay, it's like the difference between driving a Kia and a Ferrari, because when you cut with a God hand, it just slices through it like butter. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people who actually understand what's going on there appreciate it. And most of those people are the ones who also misuse those nippers. They're not actually respecting the tool. And I think that's something that's really important in this hobby, is respect your damn tools, guys. When you're spending $100 on a tool, learn about it. Don't screw it up. As a store owner, you want to be an idiot? That's fucking great. Keep buying tools. Keep breaking your god hand. But as a person, like seriously, guys, like respect your tools, guys. It will get you so far, and
If I had a kid coming into the shop and he's his first kit, yeah, I'm going to be like, hey, these are the best yet. But I don't want to turn him off where he's dropping $100 for like a $12 HP frame, and he's spending $70 on a pair of nippers.
Yeah, and I've done that before. Yeah. Well, shoot. I've bought 3 sets. So okay, and you know what? I'll throw myself out there and and learn from failure and shit, because this is my third set of God hands. The first one, I don't know if I like, because I build a lot, and I shared last year's numbers prove that it's a shit ton of kits that I built last year, but it was just because I'm trying to get through my backlog. But the thing is that half the year was spent using God hands, and when it comes to mileage, they may their mileage can vary depending on use, right? So I noticed that the thin blade, the actual edge part of the blade, was beginning to get warped. I don't know if it was because I was cutting at an angle wrong or whatever. I was using it wrong. And then the next time I was stupid and I started using my God hands to cut clear like an idiot. So they broke. So this is
down more obvious.
So this one, number 3, I've been very, very smart about it. Hey, I got some regular Mr. Sharpness for doing the brute cuts, and that getting him off, and then this, and I have a third pair somewhere that's a regular Mr. Hobby single edge, but I'm using the tools better now. I know better, and I'm like, all right, cool. See, I was an idiot at first, spending money on shit.
But there's a part about it too is also like, as soon as somebody gives you bad advice, it's over, dude. That's the problem, okay? And most of the times, I just stop asking people on the internet. I start really paying attention to the person giving me the advice and looking at like how much experience they have. I'm like, if you don't have a lot of experience, you're brand new and you're sharing and telling me how to use the tool, then I'm not going to trust you. I was like, because you have not spent enough time to really understand the tool, Mm-hmm. And so it's like, especially with those God hands, for example, like I've gone through 2 pairs. My first pair, I made the mistake. And so this is probably what happened with your warping the first time around, is you cut stuff that was too thick. Those nippers don't like anything above 3 millimeters. And I usually don't cut anything above 2 with that nipper. It's literally just that last flush cut. Otherwise I will not use it, because it's meant for a really flush, clean cut, but you don't want the blade to have to travel that far to get through like anything. So they recommend 3 millimeters max, but I tend to dial it back a bit, because your workhorse nippers can just cut it anyways. It doesn't really matter. And once you start to understand as well the pressure on the runners as well, because you know how most pieces have about like 3 to 4 like points where it connects to the runner.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to the way it stresses that plastic on how you're cutting it, you're going to realize there is an order in how you cut runners. You cut your parts off the nipper, but people don't pay attention enough to this. But if you really pay attention, when you do that first cut, you'll feel that if you cut the right one first, everything else becomes really, really like smooth. But if you cut the wrong, nub first, like the wrong connection, the rest of those cuts are going to stress out the plastic. So it's just about understanding it and paying attention to the way the plastic is actually reacting to the way you're cutting it. So try that out the next time and see it, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, man. My freaking brain just like imploded, because it's like you can tell, like as I'm literally building a kit right now, like I felt that there is more resistance on one part of the connector, one part of the runner than there is on the other, and I tend to try and go for the tougher one first to ease that, but seeing, so you go for the
soft
one first.
As soon as you hit that soft one, what it does is it removes it. So look for the one that is not connected with a piece on the opposite side. Cut that first.
Okay, all right.
And then it'll release some of that pressure.
Let's picks up runner.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You can't learn stuff.
Exactly. Look. Again. We out here at Thunderbolt Radio. You learning shit. Bam.
Try to, anyways.
Try.
Try to. Well, I don't know why, man. I've always liked to structure, like, especially since season 2 rolled around. I like to structure these kind of like a TED talk. Like, we want to have fun, but we also want to teach you something. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe, yes, because hey man, some people you can lead a horse to water or whatever. Or you can, and some people
people what to do. That's the
exactly.
thing.
Yeah,
We're not telling people what to do. We're just telling people what we do. And I think
yeah.
that's whole part of like the internet now. It's just like, don't tell people what to do. Me personally, man, if somebody tells me whatever, I'm like, you know what? That's awesome, man. That's more information for me. I learned something new, put it in my back pocket, and I move on. But I know that
Hmm.
most people on the internet, when you tell them what to do, they just get pissed. So I just stopped telling people. I stopped giving advice for that reason. If they want something, they can ask. Because I just kind of like, because you never know, you know, how they're going to react to it.
Yeah.
I had someone ask me like how to properly like execute, like, hey, like they saw that I posted my Fenix. They're like,
Yeah.
man, how did you tackle that build? And I'm like, well, obviously saying carefully goes without saying, but uh hey, you need to understand that you're going to need to have a gold marker on tap for the nubs, because some of the now on this one specifically, the nubs aren't black. They were more like it was almost like a clear, almost like a milk kind of plastic color. I was like, okay, so it's almost clear on the
Was it
inside.
undergated? I think it was supposed to be undergated, that kit,
Hell
right?
no.
It
Hell
wasn't.
no.
Oh.
The only parts that were undergated were the pieces that were part of the NT, the tails.
Oh.
But everything else was not undergated. But on the flip side, everybody complains about the unicorn. The Fenix is the most solid one, because that electroplating gives it just a little more, just a little more material, that whenever you start piecing it together, it's secured much more.
It's thicker.
Yeah. And a big shout out to Feral404. He posted some really cool advice on how to keep your unicorn in destroy mode, and it actually made the inner frame even more rigid. So it kept it. So like I actually have it right off camera right here, right there, and it's dude, I've moved it 4 or 5 times, and it's not moving unless I make it a purposeful move.
Way to flip the camera on here?
I think you, yeah, if you on your, I think.
No. Oh, well, I won't flip it. Here's my guilty pleasure. I collect candles. Love it. Love it. But I do need them all though. I'm tired of changing my chisels out, and so it just came to a point where I was just like, you know what? I won't buy any kits this year, and I'm going to spend all my budget on candles, and that's why I'm all with the candles.
You got the pumpkin spice.
Can't afford the gunpla and the candles.
What was that?
I think you got the pumpkin spice going, yeah.
Yeah, the pumpkin spice.
He who controls the spice. But yeah, no, like all in all, I gotta say this has been an amazing experience, because it's really cool to get this, just again in a relaxed environment. Because man, a lot of people tend to like, oh my god, you're talking to shop owners. I'm like, no man, these are people just like you and me. They're also hobbyists. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like, and a little inside baseball. Whenever I messaged Sean for the first time as expressing interest in partnership, I was insanely nervous. I was like, "Oh my god, does this sound right?" Shit. And then now I'm like, "Oh man, it's just a dude, man. Just talk to the guy. Man. Like, what the fuck?"
Why are
People.
they asshole? Where's the 2.0?
Oh my god, no, man! I was like, "Hey, man, did you sell out?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck."
You haven't told me you want anything. I would have put one aside for you.
Well, you know what? I actually told myself that I'm like, hey man, this is on you. You should have told them to set one aside, but you didn't. You thought you were all hot shit, that you can catch shit whenever it comes in stock, but here you go, you missed out.
Fella, you had the in and you dropped the ball.
Yeah, man.
It's sold out already at the distributor up here. I didn't check again, but I've got a case coming because I didn't pick mine up yet. But I've got a full case.
Like it's one of those like, damn man, what a rookie mistake. But you know what? My backlog's insane. So I kind of like, I'm avoiding murder, like on my end, like me getting like disappeared and shit, because I keep buying shit. Like I'm not gonna lie, I am scared because the PG Fenix is supposed to arrive in October, and I'm like, I need to catch that box, like. Because not that my wife doesn't know that I bought it, she knows, but it's the shock value of the size of the box.
That's what, you know what, you know what's really funny? I have a Neo Zeon, a narrative, sitting in my garage that somebody hasn't come to pick up yet. It's been there for like a year.
Why are you
I'm
telling me
like,
this shit? Why are you saying this shit to me?
I'm just telling you because I can't believe somebody would leave that at my house for this long, and I'm just annoyed because it's just taking up space.
Man, I don't know, man. I think there's ulterior motives as to him saying
But
this shit.
no, I can't. No, he's already paid for it. He's paid for it. It's his. I'm just
Oh,
surprised he hasn't come to pick it up.
well, he's crazy as hell. Shit.
Yeah, I was like, why are you not picking this shit up?
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive. He started his own business last year, and he's just been so swamped that I don't think he even remembers it's here. I keep calling him every so often, and he doesn't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, old buddy's just gonna show up one day. I forgot you were holding that from me.
But oh man, he's like, oh yeah, I got a Neo Zeon. Don't say this shit.
He will buy it.
Actually, dude, I've had like 3 shots at buying a Neo Zeon, and I haven't because I just, man, there has to be a line that I gotta draw. First of all, I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it. I haven't built a Dendrobium because I have no idea where I'm gonna put it. I have to build a shelf here. Actually, this is when you know that your priority and your build space is changing. I have a TV right here that I barely use because I have fucking 3 monitors in front of me. Why the fuck am I gonna use a TV? So I'm literally gonna remove this TV. I'm gonna like patch the holes and everything, smooth out the wall again, and I'm gonna install a shelf or 2 specifically for large kids.
You know what you could do with that TV is you could use it as a monitor for your podcast.
I do, but my video. So my video card that I have right now, I'm still using a 2060 Super.
Okay.
And it's I've noticed that at 4 screens, at 4 displays, it gets a little weird.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm at 3 right now, which is a nice balance. But I need to, like, when I upgrade it to like a 4 series or a 5 series, like that's when I can. All right, cool, yeah, let's go. But yeah, man, this has been a great episode. It's gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait for this to drop. Which actually, speaking of which, this is going to drop by the time you guys listen to this. We'll also be already promoting the follow on for our Build Fighters try. And I get it, folks don't like the English dub of that. Which, hey, if you watch the English dub like me, you're a trooper.
We'll talk about.
No, I'm not gonna lie, man. Sekai's voice is insane. The Australian trying to hide the Australian accent, it doesn't work out that well.
No.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, so Sean Willard, you guys got any closing thoughts or anything that you'd like to say to the folks out in the ether? Speak to the internet. Speak to the internet.
Come buy stuff from me and Sean. We need your help.
Now I feel bad. Yeah, I wanted to mention, hey, for everyone that listens, 988 National Suicide Prevention Line. Call it.
Yes.
If you're feeling down, you're feeling like you're going to do something, call 988. In America, in Canada, it's the same number. Please.
Same number, yeah. And if not, reach out to a loved one. Talk to people. Okay, you know what? Now that you said that, one of the biggest things is, man, is talk. Talk to somebody about anything. Don't wait. Just talk about it because it's easier when you do it sooner.
And definitely don't be afraid of reaching out for help. Like, I know a lot of folks like tend to, and this is very particular when it comes to men's mental health. Yeah. Don't be afraid of reaching out for help and reaching out for, therapy is not bad. Like like these are people that are licensed and trained to help you, give you the tools to deal with your problem. They're not going to help you solve. They physically will not help you solve the problem, but they will give you the tools to solve the problem because every problem is unique to everybody.
So your friends, you get a 3 complaint limit a month. And then go see a therapist because we can't help you as friends, but we can listen. Yes,
definitely. Be mindful about trauma dumping, but definitely reach out and ask for help. It will never hurt.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. And now I feel shallow for bringing up the store thing when Sean goes, "Hey, no, I'm just kidding. I know. I'm just kidding."
Yeah, we've been on the podcast or shows together, so I know.
Hey, yes. It is what it is, but no, yeah, for real. Like, never be afraid of reaching out for help.
Never.
No, always ask for help, and you know, if you're going through anything, you know, talk to somebody that you know that you can confide in, and if not, call the number.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Let's see. We got you. We got it. You got anything, Seth?
Oh, is he still on? He doesn't say anything in like
Hi.
5 minutes.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's just he's just a little guy. He's just a quiet guy over there.
Oh, he's watching one of his Blu-rays. My bad.
He was watching Bill Fighter's Trial on Blu-ray. He's like, I got to research for the next episode. There it is, right there.
Yep. Oh man, no, just like always, man. I'm always just happy to be here. I always have a good time with stuff like this. Thank y'all so much for coming on and talking with us. Like, this has been an awesome experience, getting to just like hang out and talk with you guys. Just the information and the insight into the industry is always good. And
This gave me an idea.
I'm gonna be hitting y'all up and buying some more stuff.
Yeah.
Hell
This
yeah.
this just gave me an idea, and maybe this is something that we can talk about, Sean, down the road. Is maybe once a month we can get everybody together and just have a hangout time and just live stream it. I see how that works. Through Discord, and if there's 15 people, there's 15 people. But it's something. It's something that we can kind of. It's something for us to kind of get exposure, but at the same time to also, you know, get to know other people that we haven't really had a chance to get to know. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that we haven't met yet, you know. So I think it's kind of a good way for us to collaborate a little bit between the stores and create a little bit more kind of camaraderie between, you know, communities and things. I think that would help a lot.
This is how you build community, folks.
Yeah.
Just throwing this out there.
Community.
This is a real community, like the real support across crossing borders. This is transnational, international. There you go. We are breaking borders. Hey, you know, just because they like poutine up there, they like potatoes in all different forms. I'll fuck me up some poutine. I'm not gonna lie. I was told by a Canadian friend of mine was like, "Hey, don't get poutine in Ontario. Toronto's better or some shit." And I'm like, "Damn, man,
Bullshit, dude. That's not true. That's some bullshit right there. It's Montreal is like known for their poutine, Quebecers, and so like that's where you get the best poutine apparently. But
I love the fact that they'll argue about poutine in Canada like we argue about barbecue, because I'm over here like saying East Coast barbecue's trash. Ain't nobody care about the East Coast barbecue.
yeah.
Midwest is best, baby.
I like a fusion of East Coast and Midwest.
Man, I don't want no vinegar in my shit. We're good.
See, that's the thing. I'm East Coast. I'm
Oh,
Southern
yeah.
East Coast. If you can't hear by the accent,
Southern East Coast.
I'm
So-
Southern East Coast.
So are you guys all on the East Coast, or am I the only one on the West Coast here?
So I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Missouri.
You're in the Midwest, okay.
So Sean and I are in the same line basically.
Okay.
Seth and Seth is out there on the East Coast. He's in.
Okay.
I'm in South Carolina.
Yeah, in
I
South
couldn't
Carolina.
tell by
Okay.
your thick
You
accent.
had to get the draw in there. South Carolina.
That draw was rough. It was like,
The worst part is like when I come on the podcast and I like speak publicly, I have to dial back the draw because it's really bad. Like I know the word is oil, but it's oil. Like, come on.
Oh, it goes that far, right? Sometimes. Oh, holy
bro,
crap.
like, it's funny because I blame you for this shit, because it came out of me.
Oh.
Like I was in Muay Thai class and shit, and they had this thing called Thai oil it's kind of like Tiger Balm or whatever kind of thing. And I said like, oh man, dude, fuck, coach is out of Thai oil, and I said oil, and I'm like, I got so mad, dude. I was like, damn it, it came out.
It's infectious.
With me either. It's just like sometimes it's just from like absorbing, like from consuming so much content every day and like just looking at stuff. And then sometimes, you know what? I'll just suddenly out of nowhere just go sauce instead of sauce. I don't even know why the
Oh
fuck
my
I do
god, like just
No. Sauce. And I'll start
Sauce.
to like extend all my words for no reason. I'm like, I must be hearing so many different accents and like dialects and things that my brain just starts to try to mix them all together and to say certain words.
It's
and just comes
insane.
out. Like, I'm just like, oh my god.
because everybody's becoming so connected, and it's truly a kind of a global a global neighborhood. You know what I mean? And you're just like all these accents and dialects and slangs and words and terminologies are mixing, and it's kind of insane. Like, and yeah, it's definitely But
I mean, I had a good laugh the other day because I was talking to somebody and I was like, you guys notice, man? I was like, the internet now is an interesting beast. I was like, in the 90s, when you had a stupid idea or it was a dumb thing to bring up, only your friends would listen to you. And if they didn't give a shit, that was it. It's done. It's over. Right? But now on the internet, as soon as you say something that your current friends go, you're that's stupid, don't say it. If you say it on the internet, I guarantee you're going to attract a bunch of other people who thought the same way as you did. So now we have an audience for our dumb shit.
yeah,
Guys, have you ever thought about eating Tide Pods?
Exactly. There you go. That's it.
Right? Like, that's a good example.
The internet is this, like, oh my god, man! It's just like it's the ultimate venue that people watch, and it's insane. Like, what the hell? I don't. Yeah, it's just. But yeah, but on that, and that's how it's honestly a great segue to go ahead and wrap it up and say, like, hey folks, the internet, y'all are crazy, but you know what's even crazier? That you're not buying from these two good folks. Okay, so like go ahead and hop it. You already know where Leaping Panda's website is. I'm going to put it down in the description below. You show me what you bought. I'll also put it down below. Great having Willard and Sean on. It's been an amazing experience, and I hope to do it again. Well, we can definitely do a whole like a little reach back around. I don't know, and give it a couple months and see how. Actually, you know what? For Christmas, we were planning on doing a live. Actually, to go live and do this, like not record. We're just gonna chuck it on the internet, see what happens.
That could be cool. We could just do a charity. You know what I was just thinking? That'd be a good time to do a charitable, like a 24-hour marathon charity event, and just have people just run all day.
That would be awesome. That would be we could definitely do that, and we could do a nice because like I was telling Seth, I'm actually gonna be home for Christmas this year, so we could definitely facilitate that.
That'd be a great idea. If we have 15, 20 people getting involved, there's always going to be somebody available, and that's kind of what you need.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'd be down to plan something like that to help and do this nice little like stream chain for Christmas. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think it'd be fun. You could test things out kind of in between now and like just with the tech, because I don't know what that's like trying to like capture 20 people and have them all online, or who has a computer that's powerful enough, like that kind of shit. But that's a lot of resources. Like when you have a lot of people on, like all streaming at the same time.
Yeah, but no, we'll definitely give it a shot, and we'll see what happens. And we got time till Christmas, so we could definitely still. And
there's got to be one of us here who games like crazy and has a crazy like computer that they don't actually use, so or make the most of it.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like, are you guys PC guys? Because I don't have a PC. That was another thing too.
I'm on a PC. And Seth is also on a PC.
I am. And I think
we can make
we can definitely make it work then.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so guys, like I said, it's been great having y'all, and again, discount code GUMPLASTOP for 15% off Leaping Panda. Show me what you bought. Always for our folks up north, have a great selection, so definitely check them out. Seth, anything for the folks before we leave?
Before we dip out, if anybody out there is still looking for a wonderful Gunpla community to become a part of, both of these fine store owners that are on with us have wonderful, wonderful Discord servers that they run, and both of those communities are amazing. I'm part of both of them myself, and it's always awesome to see like the camaraderie and the talent that's on display. So definitely check those out too.
Yeah, so just send me a DM or anybody on the team that you guys see have a tag for the shop and ask them for an invite, and we'll send you an invite on our end.
Hell yeah.
And then,
all right, with that,
okay, thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Oh, of course. So, hey, thank you for reaching, and this was a huge effort on your end, Sean. I really appreciate you reaching out, and this has been, like I said, this has been an awesome pleasure to host you guys, and I hope to see you guys again.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It was great. It was awesome.
Oh,
great
definitely, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah,
Yep.
you too.
Good night,
Take care,
gentlemen.
guys. Have a good one.
Bye.